Alright. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Zoombinis. Let's play Zoombinis. I'm your host, Mystic Elf 90, and last time we got our second batch of Zoombinis. Even though Arno mentioned the fleens again, this time we're going to take a different path to Zombiniville. More specifically, Shade Tree. We'll do the second run of the Mountains of Despair in the next episode. But today is about the... But we'll get to that one when we get to it.
Zoombinis must have something in common.
They're needed to sit on Captain Cage's ferry.
Welcome to the boat. Now hurry yourselves up and find your seat.
He's a little on the impatient side. Now, we don't have to worry about him today because they're all the same hairstyle. So, sorry, folks. I don't know where that came from. But, so, we don't exactly have to worry about it.
All aboard. I'm getting bored.
I never knew he said that. So, because I don't really care. Actually, he does, but in this instance, he's not going to. So we're just going to put them all in kind of the same order I have been. So,
there you go, you got it.
And there you go, we got it. I reference him a lot. I think I reference him more than I do anyone else in the game. Surprising.
Sure.
So, here's another one of those instances where that I've had. If you see me referencing this game, it's probably him. One of my catchphrases, as it probably would be.
Sure.
As it will probably become known as. I can't whistle. Or as I whistle.
Color, flower, and lily pad shape too may be the keys that get them through.
Yeah. Yep, he takes you a little bit up the river, but he only goes so far, and then they come across this bridge of lily pads. Well, now you would think with a bunch of springs, they'd be able to hop from one lily pad to another. Well. None of the Zoombinis or the propellers could just spin their way across. Well, there's a problem with that. None of the Zoombinis can swim. And are too afraid to even try it. So they request the aid of these frogs. Well, if you've noticed, we got a bridge of lily pads here. Of various different shapes. The lily pad flowers of different types and even different colors. The goal here is to get Zoombinis from one side to the other. Now, some of these, you're not going to be able to, you can take a frog and place it on the pad, and if you can get across, great. You can use the same frog twice, so you need to find 8 paths across. At least on this one we do. Well, we've got a fortunate scenario here. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paths across with the colors. Which is all the colors. There's pink, purple, whatever. Red, yellow, cyan, or turquoise, call it whatever you want. And the dark blue, which is all 5 of them. You can also have paths with the lily pad flower. So you've got this little clover flower here. You've got this cross-shaped one here. And you've got this diamond one. Now, well, there's only one diamond. Well, the diamond one's not going to be used today. There's only one diamond star, and it goes nowhere. So put that out. We can put that to bed right away. The clover, I can see working on it. I'll work that out at a later point. And then you've got the different lily pads. So you got the 4-leaf clover effect. You've got the half lily pad effect. The standard, your boggled standard lily pad, and you've got the 3-leaf clover. It looks like the 3-leaf clover goes nowhere, so we won't be selecting either of those today. If this is the only one that goes, and he goes nowhere. It looks like the half doesn't go anywhere, but I haven't really thoroughly analyzed it, so this one here might lead somewhere, so I'll look through it after we've taken care of our starting Zoombinis. So we'll start with the colors, because we can put all the colors on here, and without worry, because they will never block each other's paths. So, and we can do this twice for each frog. So we'll just put each frog on. And then don't worry about them crushing the Zoombinis. They won't. Now, let's take a look here, see what we have. Because now we actually gotta look around. We can't. It's not going to be obvious to us to see which path goes all the way across. So let's take a look. We'll start up here. We'll start with this. The one I'm seeing is most likely going to go across is this clover. So let's start with that one. We gotta find 3 more paths across. So, which there is. I'll guarantee you that there is a way to get all 16 across every single time. It looks like the 4-leaf clovers start here. Well, let's take a look. Well, you can start here or here. I'll probably start here, knowing me. Yeah. Okay, not that way, but still they can keep going up. These dark blue ones are a little hard to see sometimes. I will give that. Okay, looks like the clover can go through. So that is 2 more Zoombinis that we're able to get across. Now then. Let's see. Okay. Looks like the cross is going nowhere, so we don't want to select that. we've already established early on that the diamond is out of the question. And we've also established that it's most likely. So, while I'm still figuring this out, like what the other two are going to be, I'm going to go ahead and put the Zoombinis, have the clover go across again, because it looks like it's going to be lily pad this time around. So it looks like it's. I see it's 4-leaf. Of course it did that. Of course he did that. These frogs aren't exactly bright. If there's a path that goes farther in, they'll take the path that goes farther in. And if it winds a dead end, they'll backtrack until they can make another move. They're not bright. Alright, looks like the 4-leaf clover is going to be one. I'm not exactly surprised by anything. Gotta make sure you put this on the right one or you'll get stuck. And then you lose Zoombinis. Now, you might think that this would go through. It doesn't. You do not want to do that. So, but this one, I was eyeing this one earlier. So, well, while I'm waiting, while I'm figuring it out, looking at it, I'm going to start that one up again. And it looks, whoo, that's a, oh, it does continue. Okay, so it is this one. So, it's this one. And looks like the bog standard one doesn't go anywhere. So, normally I'm not this successful at spotting the having all 5 colors be it. It's very rare for me to see that. Yeah, make sure you put it on the right one or you will get stuck and you lose a Zombini. You will lose a Zombini if you put it on the wrong one. Sometimes you'll lose 2, depending on if it's your first pass through that, so you do need to watch it. Rise out of these stone heads to make the right connections. This one's not too bad. I have such a hard time with the toads that I don't usually get to do the layer difficulties of the stone hexes. The toads is probably my hardest game. Even though I've run into impossible situations with Bubble Wonder Abyss. Do not get me started with Bubble Wonder Abyss's terribleness. Alright, so what you gotta do is you gotta put your dragon's beanies, and they have to have a specific match. So you do gotta pay attention. Pay attention to some of these. Okay, looks like for the way I'm doing this, I'm not going to have to worry. What my worry was is that, when I got to here, where I got to divide between this, the students and the Cyclops, that I was gonna have to deal with the eyes, and then that would have been bad. But thankfully we've got hair, and everybody's got the same hair, so that worry is... Sometimes they do want feet. This particular situation, we don't have to worry about that. So I'm doing my best to keep the... Now, we don't have to worry about a single thing for the rest of this. We can put them on in any order we want, because they have the same eyes and hair for the rest of them. I'm still following my pattern to a degree, but it's alright. Everyone goes through. And now we had the shade tree. So
Amazing indeed.
Another relaxing
campsite
ready
waiting
for
for
Zoombinis.
Zoombinis.
You'll need the rest. The darkest, most dangerous
part of the journey is
yet
yet
to
to
come.
come.
It still doesn't sound that menacing at all. The announcer tries to make the Mountains of Despair to look more menacing than they actually are. The Lion's Lair is a cake. You gotta, if you know what you're doing, you can breeze by the mirror machine, and as long as Bubble Wonder Abyss doesn't put in an impossible situation, it's done that to many a player. I'm not the only one who's done it. But now that we've gotten everyone to shade tree and out of whose Bayou, like we can go here, and we get a bowling alley for Captain Tajin Tattooed Toes and knew how to network, which is the Hexes. I'm gonna select practice for a minute here, and then I'm gonna go to the Hexes here, and now this is a random set of Zoombinis we have not seen yet. We may have a few that have already gone by. Yeah, maybe. But let's see, the Stone Rise. Yeah. And I may actually show off the practice at some point in time. But we're going to do the journey. And I was just seeing what the name of the Stone Rise was. But whose Bayou is... He's actually kind of the hardest route in the game. Believe it or not, these tattooed toads are a giant pain in the later difficulty. And it's probably where I'm going to have the most trouble. Now, I'm going to have some trouble with Bubble Wonder Abyss. Don't get me wrong. Or the mirror machine. Like, they'll give me some headaches. And even the hotel here will give me some troubles too. Now, I wouldn't count these guys out either, because they can be finicky, just as finicky. It's like, all of these can be finicky. I'll say that. Even the Lion's Lair can be finicky too, but for the most part, I have my most problems with the tattooed toads. Mud Ball Wall is probably my favorite. Is one the funnest is one of the funnest games, and it's probably the most amazing contraption in the entire game. Although the Mirror Machine's pretty amazing too. Mirror Machine and the Mud Ball Wall are my two favorite games, and then Arno is just so much fun to quote. Although I have quoted the stone guards here on many different occasions. And then the bees are just stupid amusing over here. And then the Stone Rise is just that much fun too. So like I have several games I absolutely love on each path. So I do make it. So we are going to go through and do all the games on very, very hard. So we will be going to Who's Bayou and doing it all that way. Which I have never beaten Who's Bayou, gotten that far. I think I've done oh so hard for Who's Bayou, and that's about as far as I've gotten. Because I have so much trouble with the tattooed toads that I don't get any higher than that. But we're going to try it. It's not going to be easy at all. So, but that's all for today's episode. We've seen all 12 games that you get to do. And trust me, they're going to get hard. Believe me, they're going to get hard. I'm not kidding. And if Bubble Wonder Abyss would like to cooperate, mostly, you find more impossible situations on more like very hard and very, very hard. Basically you got easy, hard, very hard, and load attack. If anyone knows the reference to that, you'll probably see something to that series. Probably sometime in the future. I couldn't tell you when. Getting those games to deep working is I haven't tried getting those games onto the PC yet, so but you expect that series at some point. I will play one of the games, guaranteed. Anyway, have a good. This is Mystic Elf signing off. Have a good day.